Hello once again. Now, I'm just an ordinary guy who can write what I feel and then make a video of it. But it takes much longer to research and write than it does to narrate. But having said that, this is take 5. Nothing special in what I'm doing, it's just an observation that many can see but don't have the means or the inclination to do it. And I'm not interested in monetising my account. I just need a little bit of recognition and it all helps. So please like and subscribe or just pass this on. Now then, I'm sure all of you have heard about the so-called Epstein list. You know, the one that Trump insisted didn't exist. Right up until suddenly it does exist. And we're told it's going to be published. Do they really think we are stupid? The authorities, whoever they are, the elites, the neocons, call them what you will, have had weeks, if not months, to comb through every name, every page, every email, and strip out anything too explosive before it ever sees daylight. So when they finally roll it out, how much will actually be left? A few already disposable names who don't matter, maybe a couple of mid-level fall guys who also don't matter, while the real power brokers quietly vanish from the record. It's the same old playbook. Pretend there's nothing there, then when the pressure gets too big to ignore, dump a heavily sanitized, redacted version and call it transparency. Talk about a cover-up so blatantly it's practically an insult to anyone paying attention. And this is all happening at a moment that is possibly the most dangerous time of all, when a wounded animal is the most dangerous one. Ukraine has all but lost the war on the ground. Yet, the European political class still wants the meat grinder to continue killing people, hundreds if not thousands, every week. Why? Because ending it would mean answering uncomfortable questions. Who pushed for escalation at every turn? Who profited from the contracts? And who is terrified of being seen as weak after selling the public the fantasy of an inevitable victory, which was never, ever going to happen? But admitting reality would expose how utterly reckless this entire project has been. Which brings us to another kind of list. Swindlers list. Not Schindler, swindlers. And by the way, for my friends in foreign countries, a swindler is someone who extracts money by deception, promises, slogans, flags, and emotional blackmail, instead of honest dealing. And by that definition, Zelensky sits right at the top of that list. The front man of a money-burning operation dressed up as a moral crusade, which it never was. But he is just the front man. He is just the visible tip. The real swindlers are the networks around him, ministers, fixers, oligarchs, consultants, and their foreign partners who have treated Western aid like a bottomless banquet. Where did all those billions go? We were told it was all going to save democracy, and Ukraine has never been a democracy as far as I can see. Yet rumours keep on surfacing now of high-ranking officials snapping up multi-million-dollar properties all over the world. luxury cars appearing in driveways of people on supposedly modest public salaries, and shell companies multiplying in all the usual tax havens. The corruption is not an accident or paranoia. It is baked into the system where oversight is a joke and the sums are obscene, and anyone asking questions is shouted down as a traitor. What is genuinely surprising is not that the corruption exists, but that so many ordinary people still cling to the branding. People still keep their little blue and yellow flags in their bios on social media, as if the symbol itself can wash away what's been done in its name. And that kind of social media virtue signal was easy to adopt when the narrative was simple and triumphant. However, as reality bites on the battlefield, in energy bills, in shredding public finances, those flags will quietly disappear from timelines, I'm sure. In the end, it's all about lists. The lists they swear that doesn't exist until it does exist. The list of wars they insist must go on long after they are lost. The list of swindlers who cash in while everyone else is lectured about values. The only real question now is how long they can keep rewriting those lists before more people refuse to play along and finally wake up to the fact that the far-right Stefan Bandera followers are still in charge in Kiev. My next post will be about the West's inevitable fall into oblivion and why it's happened. And the answers are pretty damn obvious, but I'll tell you then. So thank you very much for listening today. It's much appreciated. Bye-bye.